Strategic implications of the Louisiana Purchase for the USA and France. The Louisiana Purchase, one of the most significant land deals in U.S. history, took place in the early 19th century. The United States acquired approximately 827,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi River from France. This momentous event doubled the size of the fledgling nation and paved the way for westward expansion, shaping the country's future in ways that still resonate today. The geographical expanse of the Louisiana Purchase stretched from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains and from the Gulf of Mexico to the Canadian border. This vast tract of land included parts of 15 current U.S. states and 2 Canadian provinces. The richness and diversity of this territory's resources, from fertile plains to mineral-laden mountains, would prove instrumental in fueling the growth and development of the United States. The Mississippi River and the port city of New Orleans, both included in the Louisiana Purchase, held significant strategic and economic importance. The river served as a critical transportation artery for the shipment of goods and produce from the expanding country's interior to markets both domestic and abroad. New Orleans, positioned at the mouth of the Mississippi, was a bustling hub of commerce and trade that controlled the river's access to the sea. The Louisiana Purchase did not happen in a vacuum. Its roots lay in a complex tangle of political, economic, and geopolitical factors. France, under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte, had grand plans for a vast colonial empire in the Americas. However, a series of setbacks, including a slave rebellion in Haiti and the looming threat of war with Britain, forced a change in plans. France's role in the Louisiana Purchase was pivotal. Strapped for cash and unable to defend its American territories, the French government decided to sell the Louisiana Territory. The decision, made by Napoleon, was a pragmatic one. It provided much-needed funds for France, removed a potential point of conflict with the United States, and indirectly, it was hoped, would strengthen the U.S. as a counterweight to Britain, France's perennial adversary. Napoleon Bonaparte, the then ruler of France, played a pivotal role in the Louisiana Purchase. His vast ambitions for a French empire in the Americas led him to acquire the Louisiana Territory from Spain in 1800. However, a slave rebellion in Haiti and the prospect of war with Britain forced him to reconsider his plans. He decided to sell the territory to the United States to prevent it from falling into British hands and to fund his military campaigns in Europe. The historical context of the Louisiana Purchase in France was deeply entwined with the nation's political and military situation. France, under Napoleon's rule, was involved in a series of wars in Europe. The funds from the sale of the Louisiana Territory were seen as a means to bolster the French military and finance their ongoing wars. Additionally, selling the territory would also eliminate the risk of losing it to Britain, France's arch-rival. The strategic implications of the Louisiana Purchase for France were significant. By selling the territory to the United States, France not only secured much-needed funds but also strategically placed a growing power between British Canada and Spanish Mexico. This move was intended to weaken Britain's influence in North America and secure France's position in European geopolitics. The United States had a vested interest in the Louisiana Purchase. President Thomas Jefferson, in particular, saw the acquisition of the Louisiana Territory as a means to secure the nation's future. He believed that the vast expanse of land would provide ample space for the growing American population and safeguard the nation's agrarian ideals. Jefferson played a crucial role in the Louisiana Purchase. He dispatched James Monroe and Robert Livingston to France to negotiate the purchase of New Orleans and as much land to the east of the Mississippi River as possible. However, to their surprise, Napoleon offered to sell the entire Louisiana Territory. Jefferson, despite his reservations about the constitutionality of the purchase, agreed to the deal, recognizing its long-term benefits for the nation. The role of President Thomas Jefferson in the Louisiana Purchase was pivotal. A strong advocate for westward expansion, Jefferson saw the acquisition as an opportunity to secure a vast amount of territory for future generations. He believed the deal would ensure the growth and prosperity of the young nation. Negotiating the Louisiana Purchase was no simple task. Jefferson sent James Monroe and Robert Livingston to Paris to negotiate with France. Their initial aim was to secure New Orleans and free navigation of the Mississippi River. However, they were offered the entire Louisiana Territory, much to their surprise. The cost of the Louisiana Purchase was sizable. The United States agreed to pay France $15 million for the territory, which is roughly 4 cents per acre in today's dollars. Despite the large sum, Jefferson believed it was a bargain for such a vast piece of land. The signing of the Louisiana Purchase Agreement marked a historic day for the United States. On April 30, 1803, representatives from the United States and France signed the agreement. This deal doubled the size of the United States, and it marked a major victory for Jefferson's administration. Reacting to the Louisiana Purchase, the citizens of the United States had mixed feelings. While some celebrated the expansion, others were concerned about the constitutional implications of such a large acquisition. Despite these concerns, the purchase was generally seen as a major accomplishment for the young nation. The Louisiana Purchase played a crucial role in accelerating the USA's westward expansion. The acquisition of this vast territory opened up new lands for settlers and sparked an era of exploration and migration that fundamentally transformed the nation. The purchase also sparked the imagination of the American people, who saw the new lands as a blank canvas on which to create their own vision of what America could become. The implications of the Louisiana Purchase on the U.S. economy were significant. It not only doubled the size of the country, but also provided valuable resources such as fertile farmland and access to key waterways for trade and transportation. This boosted agricultural production and facilitated commerce, rapidly accelerating the nation's economic growth. However, the Louisiana Purchase also had a profound effect on the issue of slavery in the USA. The question of whether newly admitted states would be free or slaveholding ignited fierce debates and political conflict. These disputes ultimately contributed to the underlying tensions that led to the American Civil War. The Louisiana Purchase also had far-reaching implications on the USA's foreign relations. It effectively ended French colonial ambitions in North America, strengthening the USA's position as an emerging power. Moreover, it set a precedent for future land acquisitions, establishing the country as an expansionist nation. The exploration of the Louisiana Territory by Lewis and Clark was one of the great adventures of the era. Their journey opened up the American West to further exploration and settlement, mapping vast tracts of uncharted territory. Their discoveries, including new animal species and Native American tribes, captivated the nation and fueled the country's manifest destiny ideology. The impact of the Louisiana Purchase on the Native American population was profound and far-reaching. The acquisition of such a vast territory paved the way for westward expansion and displacement of numerous indigenous tribes. This change disrupted traditional ways of life and resulted in the loss of ancestral lands. Long-term implications of the Louisiana Purchase for the USA are undeniable. The acquisition doubled the size of the nation, providing space for population growth and economic expansion. It also sparked exploration and settlement, shaping the geographic and demographic makeup of the modern United States. The Louisiana Purchase also played a significant role in shaping the USA's physical landscape. This vast territory, stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains, included fertile plains, towering mountains, and sprawling forests. Over time, this land would be divided into states, towns, and cities, forming an integral part of the nation's identity. Culturally, the Louisiana Purchase had a profound impact on both the USA and France. For the USA, it introduced French language, customs, and cuisine, particularly in the city of New Orleans. For France, it marked a withdrawal from the North American stage, but left a lasting French influence in the region. Recognized as a significant event in USA's history, the Louisiana Purchase is often seen as a turning point. It not only doubled the size of the nation, but also set the stage for its rise as a global power. The purchase symbolized the country's ambition, foresight, and determination to grow and prosper. The legacy of the Louisiana Purchase in the United States is undeniable and deeply ingrained in the nation's fabric. It's responsible for doubling the size of the country overnight, significantly expanding its borders westward. This monumental event is often a focal point in history textbooks, reminding us of the country's exponential growth and the birth of new states from the purchased territories. The Louisiana Purchase is not just a significant event in American history, but a transformative turning point for both the United States and France. For the U.S., it marked a period of expansion and economic prosperity. For France, it was a strategic decision driven by the need for money to fund wars in Europe. This crucial transaction altered the course of both nations, setting them on their respective paths. In retrospect, the strategic importance of the Louisiana Purchase cannot be overstated. It set the stage for the U.S.'s rise as a global power and drastically changed the geopolitical landscape. It also served as a catalyst for the exploration and settlement of the West, shaping the nation's identity and destiny. The lessons from the Louisiana Purchase continue to echo in modern geopolitics. The acquisition's success underscores the importance of diplomatic negotiations and strategic foresight in territorial disputes and expansions. It's a reminder of how key decisions can dramatically alter a nation's trajectory and influence global affairs. Reflecting on the strategic importance of the Louisiana Purchase, it's undeniable that it was a transformative deal for both the United States and France. It sparked vast changes in the geopolitical, economic, and cultural landscapes that still resonate today. It stands as a testament to the power of strategic negotiations and the enduring impact of historical events.